What would you say if I could show you how to get on stages like this? For just a few of these. Now, catch your breath for just a moment, because most entrepreneurs, if they want to get on stages and promote their business by speaking like this, realize that they would have to pay a fortune to learn how. But, and I hope you're sitting down for this, I'm about to show you how anyone with education and experience in their area of expertise can get on stages and in front of their ideal audience without having to spend thousands on training. It's true. And in the next 5 minutes or so, you are going to see how you can add a serious amount of income to your bottom line. But first, I need you to be honest with yourself. If you are looking for a magic wand or some easy button that will make you a millionaire without ever having to do any work, then this is not for you. Yes, it's true that you can make a lot of money by using this detailed strategic formula and system and bring in 6 figures in 6 months. But all successful people know that you must be willing to work to make money in this world. My strategies are for movers and shakers, people who are willing to take action to make a lot, not diamond-studded unicorn chasers. So if that's you, then now is the time to stop watching. Just move away and carry on with what you were doing. If you're still with me, great, I'm glad, because the only thing you need to start speaking in public in order to grow your business my way is to understand the simple process that I use. It's called the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. This isn't some lucky break or sneaky tactic that only works for me. This is a tried and true formula that has worked for me in these past few years. And I've had a permanent smile on my face for the past year in particular, because the state of our economy, and with the boom in people starting up their own business, meaning they need our help, puts us smack dab in the middle of the biggest opportunity for making money that we've ever seen. No, I am not overstating here. Facts are facts. Baby boomer entrepreneurs start businesses at a higher rate than any other age group. Americans aged 55 to 64 start small businesses at a higher rate than any other age group. One of the key factors driving this development is a change in the way people in this age group seem to view retirement. A recent USA Today Gallup poll says that 63% of non-retired adults in the U.S. plan to work into retirement. Most interesting is that the poll was long before the current economic collapse, and that most people were making that decision for non-financial reasons. Most said they made the choice for enjoyment they get from work. Nearly half of the USA's self-employed workers, 7.4 million, are baby boomers, according to the U.S. Department of Labor. And a recent AARP study on self-employment by the Rand Corporation found that about 1 in 3 self-employed workers, aged 51 to 60, made the transition to self-employment at or after age 50. And they need our help. But what does this all mean to you? It means that there has never been a more lucrative time for you to be promoting your business by way of public speaking. And you're about to learn how to market your business by speaking in public, even if you've never been on a stage or in front of a group of people before. Making money with my proven 6-step formula is as simple as following 6 very simple steps. And just to be clear that this is the real deal, I want to give you some proof that this strategy works. Meet Rebecca Liston. Yep, she's a real person. And like a lot of us, She struggled to find a way to grow her business, grow her list, find new clients. Before getting into the coaching and speaking business, Rebecca was successfully running her homeopathy practice. And it didn't take long for Rebecca to notice that others were growing their business exponentially by way of speaking in public. Rebecca knew that the time was right for her to expand her practice, to include business coaching as a whole, but she didn't know how to get started. She had read books, listened to teleclasses, and so much more. She is a smart gal, but she never found a strategy that seemed realistic or doable without a ton of previous speaking experience, tons of contracts and contacts, and so much more. And then, about 18 months ago, at the height of Rebecca's frustration, she started searching for a predictable strategy that worked, searching for the ability to make bigger money with less work, searching for a way to grow her coaching business, and with no clue how to leverage her time and make great money and do this locally. That's when Rebecca talked to me. And I shared my 3-step system for growing her business by public speaking. Using my 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally strategy with her. And before I tell you what happened next, it's important for you to understand that Rebecca is no different than you. When she started out, she was sitting right where you are now, staring at her computer, looking for an answer, willing to do what was needed for her and her family. She's a single mom. She's a hard worker. She's a smart gal. She just needed to know that whatever she chose to do next, it was going to work. People were depending on her, just as I am sure you have people depending on you. She was already concerned how everyone in her industry would think she was crazy to move away from the homeopathy practice, where she is a leader, I might add, and build a coaching and speaking business. And she had no time for failure, humiliation, or frustration. Can you relate? Rebecca needed this to work now. So I shared my absolute best strategy with Rebecca, the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. And get this, since using this strategy, Rebecca has doubled her contact list and quadrupled her profits. And she continues to attract ideal clients to her homeopathy business too, and she's working less. You see, most entrepreneurs mistakenly think they can't go into public speaking to grow their business because they don't have experience speaking in front of large groups, they don't have the money or the time to get the proper training, or they are just fearful because they don't know what they don't know. The truth is, you can make serious cash by public speaking to grow your business without having to turn pro. This is actually the #1 way to grow your business, in my opinion, and make big money and never have to leave your hometown. Now, it's time to sit forward for a bit. I am about to expose you to a strategy that is normally reserved for my $20,000 high-end coaching clients and business colleagues. But before I do, let me go backward for a second and properly introduce myself. My name is Pat Mishu, and I am an award-winning business coach. I was named the 2012 Female Entrepreneur of the Year in Canada by the Stevie's Awards for Women in Business. I use public speaking as a strategy for growing my business. I'm not some late-night infomercial guru or get-rich-quick wannabe. In fact, I spend most of my time coaching my clients right from my home-based business in London, Canada, when I'm not out on stages speaking to people. And I didn't just magically become one of the country's most successful entrepreneurs overnight, but it was a fairly quick process. You see, I relaunched my coaching and speaking business just a few years ago. I used to live in Western Canada for 33 years, and I have a background in human resources, training, marketing, and sales. I left the corporate world and stepped into the world of business about 20 years ago on contract with the Pacific Institute in Seattle. While with them, I was part of their International Speakers Bureau. I got to travel and speak and train. It was the best work ever. Unfortunately, at the time, my 22-year marriage was falling apart. All of that travel certainly didn't help. So I made a decision to leave the marriage and ultimately leave the province altogether to move across the country to start a new life. I had nothing. I was starting over. I was age 55. While I was going through the separation and divorce and dealing with other family crises, there were some deaths, serious illness. I mean, it was not an easy time. So I got a JOB. And while that did help me get through the rain, after a 5-year period, it was time to step back into my passion and my purpose, coaching and speaking. When I got to the East Coast with no business, no clients, no contacts, and no money, and I'm not exaggerating, I had to figure out a way to ramp things up again and make some money. I was hungry, and you've got to be hungry. So there was a blessing in all of this. I was able to take all my experience and expertise as a speaker and as a networker extraordinaire and get speaking gigs locally. You see, I didn't have any money to travel and grow the business. I had to figure it all out right here locally. I knew what I knew about public speaking, and I knew it was the way to find the financial freedom that I was looking for. I also hired a high-level coach from New York who helped me with the marketing techniques in this new economy. I knew I was on track to make my dreams come true. My first breakthrough happened pretty quickly when I attended a networking breakfast locally and learned they needed speakers each week. So I volunteered. I don't know about you, but there aren't many paid speaking gigs just sitting around, waiting for the taking, right? So I needed to learn the strategy for selling from the stage, if you will. I didn't have the time or the resources to be making hundreds of phone calls or doing a ton of direct mail to try and get at least one paid speaking gig. And that would have probably been scheduled at least a year out. I quickly came up with the formula for getting a speaking opportunity and turning it into big money. The answer is the very formula that Rebecca used to not only get the speaking gigs and hosting her own workshops, to start grabbing the opportunities in this lucrative market. 6 proven steps for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. Let me give you the high-level view here. The first step, identify what you want and know your point of view. Many entrepreneurs don't have a clue. I cover this in my system. Step 2, network like crazy. I am the queen of networking. I have got some solid tips in there for you that are worth gold. Step 3, build relationships by following up. Listen, that is where most entrepreneurs leave the money on the table. I have great suggestions for you in this home study system. Step 4, create your signature talk. You want to become the go-to expert locally. You want to have a signature talk. Step 5, here's the big one. Have your offer prepared. You want to be able to offer something to the audience after your volunteer presentation that will take them to the next step and that will start to pay you money. Step 6, have a bonus available to create urgency. I cover that in this system. This allows you to position yourself as an expert speaker in your local area without having to travel or pay any expenses and put your head on your own pillow at night. That's important to me. The proven 6-step formula gives you the formula to get booked as a speaker in your local area, the behind-the-scenes information to position yourself as an expert, and marketing content to get your name out there in a very big way. Making money with the proven 6-step formula is simple. In fact, Here's step-by-step exactly how it works. First, you volunteer to speak for free at events attended by your ideal clients. Second, you make that offer I was talking about, leading to a next step with you. And it has a fee attached to it. This is where the money starts to flow. Third, that leads to an event hosted by you at which you make a further offer, and that, my friends, leads to the big payday for you. I'll show you exactly how to do this, so keep watching. Introducing the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. In this system, I have put together the most comprehensive training on how to get local speaking gigs, grow your business, and make big money that has ever been created. It is a powerful step-by-step process that when you put into practice will show you exactly how to grow your bottom line faster than you thought possible. I'll walk you through each step of the process. I've put together all of my methods, strategies, and techniques into this home study system so that any entrepreneur can benefit from applying my techniques quickly and easily. This extensive program starts with the basics. I'm all about the basics, and I'm all about keeping it simple. I walk you through how to identify your ideal client and ideal speaking opportunities. Then we proceed to the advanced methods of pricing your speaking services. I know that's a big question out there. And then we move on to sharing the behind-the-scenes stuff every speaker needs to know. I'm prepared to pull back the curtain and help you learn what that's all about. Here's a quick rundown of what you'll get with the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally when you get started today. First, I have included a huge bonus section on mindset. I know it's all about mindset. So there's solid information in there about habits, attitudes, beliefs, and expectations. What's holding you back, what you need to do to bust through those and move forward. The first step in the process, knowing your why and your point of view, I cover that so that you get a solid foundation for moving forward. You want to become known for your point of view. Step 2, then you head out and start the networking. Once you're really clear on why you're doing this, who are you, what are you about, then get out and network, online, offline, with joint ventures, and so much more. I've got great strategies and information in the system for you. Step 3 is about building the relationships and following up. And as I said, that's where most of you leave the money on the table. This section gives you tangible steps on what to do, how to do it. Step 4, create your signature talk. There's information in there about speaker one-sheets, on contracts, on fee structures. I'm telling you everything that I have learned over the last 20 years. Step 5, this is where the money starts. You create your special offer. So I'm sharing some templates with you and ideas around, do you go speak, do you sponsor at events, what's in your best interest. Step 6 talks about your bonus. What does that mean? What is it about? When do you offer it? How does it help? And in the appendix, I've learned so much, I wanted you to get it too. I cover everything around professional image, give you some sample contracts, and so much more. With the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally, you will be well on your way to growing your business, making big money, and attracting ideal clients. And your timing is perfect because there are opportunities to speak for groups in and around your city each and every day, within 10 miles of where you are. This particular speaking opportunity for me generated $32,000 in revenue. This one generated $25,000 in revenue. This one created $20,000 in revenue. And you don't need a whole lot of people in a room to be able to create this. Now, normally a training of this magnitude, this amount of in-depth, step-by-step instruction, help, and support would cost you somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $10,000 easy. But don't worry, you won't pay anywhere near that amount today. In fact, I'm about to do something here today and today only that will have most people feeling like they're taking advantage of me. And that's okay, because I created this system and I got into this business to help people. I want to be able to positively affect as many hungry entrepreneurs as I can. And truth be told, if I charged $5,000 for this system, the folks that could afford it would absolutely love it. But I know most people don't have the ability to spend that much or more on their business these days. That's why today, if you're willing to take my techniques and use them, I'll let you take this incredible, proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally for a fraction of the normal price. You won't pay $5,000 today, even though it would be the best investment you've ever made at that price. You won't even pay half of that at $2,497 to get access to everything. Nope. The truth of the matter is I'm working on a big project, and I need about 100 new and great testimonials for how fast and easy this process works. So, if you're willing to get my system, use it and give me a raving review after you've landed your first speaking opportunity leading to your revenue-generating event, then I'm going to let you get started today for way less than the $1,997 retail price that it will sell for after this special promotion is over. Today, you'll get complete access to the entire system for only $197. Just click the Add to Cart button below and get started now. Look, let's not waste each other's time here. This exact system is already working for others, like Rebecca from earlier, all across the country. And if you'll get my system and just follow the blueprint I've laid out, you will find success too. But I want to make sure I've done everything possible on my end to make this an absolute no-brainer for you. That's why when you click the Add to Cart button below now to get started, I'm going to throw in $2,000 in bonuses to help you start making money even faster. And this is it. 2 complimentary tickets valued at $1,994 for my 3-day live event coming up in Toronto. I will be there in person on stage for 3 days teaching you everything I know about money, mindset, and marketing. This is a must-attend event, people, and I am comping you 2 complimentary tickets because it's always more fun to go with a friend. So, what are you waiting for? I am giving you everything you need in the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. To start growing your business and make money in your own backyard, starting tomorrow. Step-by-step training, tools, forms, all for one easy payment of only $197. Plus, you're covered by my 30-day Prove It Works guarantee. When you get started today, I'll do everything in my power to ensure you will succeed. You have everything you need to get started successfully being handed to you right here on a silver platter. On top of that, you've got a full 30 days to use my system and prove to yourself that it works. That means that saying yes today is risk-free for you. So you've got nothing to lose by getting started today. There's no quicker, easier, or more affordable way to jump right into the massively lucrative world of speaking to sell than this. I've laid everything out for you to give you the confidence and the ability to succeed. All you have to do is follow my lead and do each step in the system. Listen, I don't want to put too fine a point on this, but when you think about it, you've got 3 choices in front of you right now. Choice number 1, keep going the way you are, stop the video right now, and leave this page. Do nothing and keep being frustrated by your lackluster results and underperforming business. Option 2, try and get started in growing your business by speaking in public by using traditional strategies that will take up all of your time, all of your resources, and your cash, knowing in the end there was a faster, easier, and much cheaper way, and you didn't take it. Option 3, risk nothing at all today and get instant access to the proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. I've done it. You can too. And start getting speaking gigs with 0 cash out of your pocket, 0 credit on the line, and without the need for previous speaking experience. All you have to do to get started is click the Add to Cart button below. Oh, and one more thing. I can't believe I almost forgot to tell you this, but when you get started today, you'll have access to the entire Home Study System members area. And inside that members area is the Q&A section, where I personally answer every single question. So, you not only get the entire system and all the tools to start speaking quickly, but I'm also there to personally make sure you never have an unanswered question. That's priceless, all for one easy payment of only $197. Now, it's time to get started. This special price won't be around forever, and once we've reached 100 client testimonies, the price will revert back to the normal retail price of $1,997. That could be today, tomorrow, or next week. I'm not sure how fast we'll hit that mark, but what I do know is you can get the entire proven 6-step formula for generating 6 figures in 6 months by speaking locally. And the bonus, those Toronto tickets right now for one easy payment of only $197. So, click that Add to Cart button below right now. Let's get you started, and I'll see you on the inside.